Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our Crusader Kings playthrough. Now, last episode we completed the plot, revoked the county of Foix. Well, when I say completed, I say that the plot has been set in motion. That's what I mean anyway. We have completely obliterated Foix's armies and we are laying siege to their holdings, so the war will progress quite rapidly from now on. Also, we got technology from Constantinople. Very, very useful, of course. Any technology is good technology. We also had 2 sons. Now we had twins, and this means that a problem arises because of this. At the moment, we have Guilhelm succession, and that means that both of our sons will get some land at least. And to be honest, as I want to play not an expansionist game for the sake of expansionist game, but I would like to get some more land in the course of this Let's Play. This is not ideal for us. We need to change the succession laws quite quickly. Not quickly because it needs to be done quickly just in case we die before that. So I need to have reigned for at least 10 years, I need to be at peace, and the Kingdom of France needs to have at least high crown authority. And this could be a bit of a problem because at the start of the game, France's crown authority is autonomous vassals, and that is the lowest crown authority that it is possible to have. So that is a bit of a hiccup in our expansionist plans. My liege, my work in Rosello seems to have come to fruition. So we can now get a claim on the county of Rosello, and I just want to see if there's some sort of ambition which means to gain a county. There is not, so we'll just use that. That means we get a strong claim on the county of Rosello. Very, very useful, of course. It does seem at the moment we're actually going to have to raise our vassals' levies just to take this county, just to take the holdings in the provinces of Foix. We have also discovered a plot where I'll have a look at it in this screen. So Count Raymond Rogier of Carcassonne. Has anyone played Carcassonne, the game? No? Well, I say no, no one answered, of course. But if you have, that is a wonderful tabletop board game, and I recommend it thoroughly. So he seeks to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Toulouse. Now that could have gone quite badly wrong for us, because if he'd have obviously actually succeeded in the plot to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Toulouse, then he probably would have declared war. He may or may not have allies. Yeah, well, that could have gone wrong anyway, for sure. So I think we'll imprison him. What does he actually own? So he owns the province of Carcassonne, and that is down here. I'm going to leave that for a while, just until we get sorted with this province of Foix, and then we can completely focus on putting down his rebellion, which there is a chance that he may rebel if we try and lock him up. So, yeah, that's it could go wrong. Right, we are now definitely able to take these holdings. It will be accelerated for sure. We get levy reinforcements in Toulouse, which is actually, well, that's very, very useful. That's basically the only thing that marshals are good for in the counselling and putting down revolts, of course, I should say. Come on, come on. We actually have a really large army. We have quite a nice springboard for this game. We have a really nice base. We have money coming in, quite well, not a lot of money, but nothing to laugh at. We have a large-ish amount of money coming in every month. We have lots of money. I'm going over myself. We have lots of men, and you know, there's no immediate threat to our power. King Philippe of France has agreed to the demands of the elective monarchy faction. Interesting. So now France is an elective monarchy, and that means all the duchies, so all the dukes in the kingdom, are voted on to become the next king, and we'll have a look at that now. Actually, so the Kingdom of France. This is agnatic elective. So I think that means only men. Yeah, only males can inherit. So dukes are valid electors in the kingdom. We'll see if we can at some point get on. We'll see if at some point we can get on this list. However we do it, that remains to be seen. At the moment, there is limited crown authority about to be instituted. Votes can only go up, so as soon as it gets to more than half, as it just has, then it will be implemented. So that's brilliant. So that's another step forward in changing our laws. into the laws that we want, which is primogeniture. As obviously we need at least high crown authority for that. There seems to be quite a large there's a large amount of armies here, and I'm quite worried as to what they're going to do. They are all under the flag of the Duke of Aquitaine, which again is scary in itself, just because we're next to them. Now we have a peace offer. He's basically just completely surrendering, and that sounds absolutely wonderful. That's all we wanted, really. We want all these things telling us the same things that we know. We can actually demand succession by Gavelkind. I've only just noticed this, but it seems like a silly thing to do at the moment until we have more people in our faction. We actually have Duke Budwin of Flanders, which is up here. He is backing our... It's not a plot, he is in our faction. We have 280.8% of the strength of our liege. Again, that's really, really quite impressive. I think we'll leave it for a while though. Now what I was going to do was try and imprison this guy. And now he is locked up in our dungeon. There was a chance that he would rebel, but he didn't, fortunately for us. We'll disband all of these men, just so that our vassals don't get too angry at us, don't get too annoyed. We could convert to... Right, we'll choose another plot just for the time being. Now, I think it might be time to... I'm torn because we only have 3 out of our top 4 domain limits, so we could actually take another province under our personal belt, but whether it's worth it or not remains to be seen. I think we might just wait until this guy dies. He seems quite old, so we'll see. I think the plot we're going to take is see the Duchy of Gascon granted to a new ruler, just because it would split up the power a little bit in the French duchies. Obviously, the Duke of Aquitaine here, Duke Guilhelm the 8th of Aquitaine, is insanely powerful, as he owns, to be honest, about half of the lands that France claims as their own. So it's quite influential in terms of sort of intra-country power. So in the internal politics of France, he is very, very influential. So we want to split up his power a little bit. No one has actually decided to join our plot. That sucks a lot. Now, is there anyone who is very close to joining our plot? Because that's what you really want to look out for. And then you can bribe them just to tip them over the edge, if you will. Okay, so nothing's really happening. We'll keep that box ticked, just in case anyone decides to change their minds in the near future. But I don't think it's very likely to happen if they haven't already. We need to choose another mission. I think we're going to choose to improve diplomacy, because diplomacy is extremely helpful. It gives you opinion boosts with other rulers, etc. It just means everything runs a little bit smoother. We have another war popped up apparently. Flemish League Independence War. This is quite interesting because of this Flemish League thing, you can tell that it's quite a unique event. As in it has some sort of... I think there must have been a plot to trigger it, or a decision or something. Just because if it was just a normal automatically generated war, it would say the Flanders War for Independence, etc. So, my liege, it is most unfortunate that you happen to hold a title that all agree should rightfully be mine. In order to lift this dark cloud from our relations, may I suggest adjustment? Interesting. So, this guy, our Chancellor, I think he was the guy that... Well, so he owns this province here. Now, he wants this province here, which would kind of make sense because it's next to his, but I'm not going to give it him. It just seems like a silly thing to do. We'll say he is just greedy, and we'll see if he wants to declare war on me. This can happen, but I really doubt that he will, given our power. It seems that Duke Guilhelm, the 8th of Aquitaine, the spymaster of King Philippe of France, has been sent to Toulouse to investigate rumours of a plot. Maybe he should be silenced before he finds out about my plot to see the Duchy of Gascon granted to a new ruler. So, this is quite an interesting decision. So I think we can decide to try and kill Duke Guilhelm. I think we will try, actually. Now this is very, very risky, because if something goes wrong, then we're on the back foot in terms of power and military strength, because obviously the Duchy of Aquitaine, as I've said before, is insanely powerful. He is getting raided by 2 people, actually. So that sucks to be him, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like anything was triggered by clicking yes, assassinate on that guy, but maybe something will come along in the future. Now, Raymond, do we want to give this guy a province? I feel we don't. It would take us down to 2 out of our 4 domain limit, and that's really... I don't want to have wasted a war, so I might choose to tell him that he's not ready, just to postpone everything. I'm quite greedy with provinces and titles, so I'm not sure I want to do that. Gavelkan succession of France is gaining supporters. Again, very, very helpful. Now this guy, Duke Robert the Old, the Duke of Burgundy, is very, very helpful. He was the guy who bumped up our army strength to, you know, a large, very, very large amount. Now we succeeded with the plot to see the Duchy of Gascon granted to a new ruler, which is very, very interesting. I'm not quite sure how the hell we managed to do that, but we did, apparently. So that means things will be split up. We'll go on direct vassals. Now, so the Duchy of Gascon has now gone to this guy, and he should like me a lot, shouldn't he? He doesn't. I basically gave him a province, but whatever. So there's rebels revolting in La Marche, and I think we're going to move, just before I end the episode, we're going to move our Chancellor over to another province. I think we're going to try and take King of Galatia. Now, who's he allied with? A lot of people, it seems, actually. A lot of people. Interesting. I think we're going to go with this guy, Toulouse, maybe. He only has 1 ally. Yeah. So we'll move our guy over here. Everything will be fine, and we'll hopefully gain this province of Toulouse at some point in the next few episodes. Thank you very much for watching. Tell me if I did anything stupid, please. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.